Now that the insides are done, go ahead and flip it over and we'll start working on the outside. Again, clamp your top securely to the table. Then I'm going to take the large chisel again and the mallet, and I'm just kind of going to start working the outside edge around the top. Now with the outside, it's the edges that have the most material that have to be removed. So they're going to get a little more attention than they did on the inside. And since there is so much material to remove, we're going to use a hand plane and just start working over all the outside edges here. This will remove a lot of material much faster and better than what we could do with the chisel, because this area here in the center where the pickups will be needs to be pretty uniform and flat across the width of the guitar. It's going to taper down from the center to the neck. And now that we've got a lot of that removed, we're going to take our large chisel again and start working once more on these outside edges. Just like the inside, we're just kind of working down to the bottom of the holes. Now be careful on this, especially this area here, kind of around the horn, because you really can't stay working with the grain. There are just some little areas here that you can really make a mistake quick if you're trying to get too much wood off at once when you're working against the grain like this. Now I'm going to switch to the smaller chisel and start smoothing things out like we did with the insides. And here again, I'm just doing this by hand. I'm not using the mallet with this. And it may look a little funny here to get it so flat around this outside edge. But just remember that there is excess material there that will be trimmed off later. the finished product, once that's trimmed off, will have more of an arched look to it. You won't see that flatness. But at this stage of the construction, it's important to get that 1/4 inch or 7 millimeter thickness around that edge so that we can get the binding on properly. Then once you've got it smoothed out with the chisel, again we're going to go to the 60 grit sandpaper and just start finishing it with that. And you may want to go back and touch some sides up. And then continue your way around the rest of the top. And this area in here, again, was first done with the hand plane. And then we're working at it, as you see here, with the larger chisel. And of course, feel free to make your own modifications here. You can make this curvature as pronounced or as shallow as you want it to be. You can make it more rounded, or you can flatten it out as well as you want. You're kind of free to make your own choices there as far as that goes. Just watch how you change those things. You'll have to move the guide holes around and make sure that you don't get the top too thin. And then the process is the same, where we switch to the smaller chisel, the 3/8 or the 10 millimeter, and start smoothing the top over. And here you can see the right side we've done with the small chisel. The other side hasn't. And then once you've gone around all the way with the chisel, you can start taking some 60 grit sandpaper and finish sanding it. Make sure that all the little holes from the brad point drill bits are gone. And also watch that angle with the neck to the center. There's going to be a 4-degree angle from the neck down to the bridge. And again, this area where the pickups are going to be located, you want to really smooth out, keep that angle at 4 degrees, and flatten it out across the surface. Then after that, we're going to switch from 100 grit and sand it, and then move up to 150 for a final sand. And now you have your top